So today we are about to discuss the paper KVPY essay paper, that is 2020, and few of the questions I have already discussed in the last session, but then again I am discussing the same for the students who are the new joinees to us. And this KVPY paper, essay paper, which you have to give in class 11th, I guess everyone knows that there are this paper is divided into two sections, that is part 1 and part 2, right? And part 1 comprises 60 questions, part 2 comprises 20 questions. So out of 60 questions, there are 15 questions that comes from biology. And we are going to here discuss about biology section. That is last 15 questions. Starts from 46 to 60. Okay, so there are total 60 questions, 15 from each subject. 15 from each subject. Just a minute, there is one more to go who want to join to us. Yes, it is Utkarsh. So, 15 questions from each subject: physics, chemistry, maths, and biology. And biology question starts from question number 46 up till 60. Okay, so one marker to each question, 1 mark. And in part 2 there are 20 questions, 5 questions from each subject: 5 physics, 5 chemistry, 5 maths, and 5 biology. So total in all what we are going to discuss, that is 20 questions, part 1 15, part 2 5. Okay, all of you? Is it okay to everyone? Yes? Okay. Aryan Gupta also joined us. Ansh Singh, Aditya Upreti, Dhruv also joined, Gurangi, Hardik, Himanshu, Kush, Piyush, Rishit, and many more to go. Yes. Good afternoon, beta. Good afternoon, Utkarsh. Very good afternoon to all of you. Beta, all you need is NCERT. Gurangi, you're asking which book is good. All you need to learn the NCERT. If you have prepared well NCERT, if you have, have the knowledge of the lines of the NCERT, pretty enough for KVPY exam, essay exam for class 11th. This is applicable to all the students, whether from the maths stream or for biology stream. Right, beta? Okay, Gurangi? If you read NCERT well, that is sufficient for you. So should we start the paper? Yes? Okay. What does question number 1 says? Which one of the following is a correct statement about primate evolution? So I guess before explain the question, first read the options also. Chimpanzees and gorillas evolved from macaques. Humans and chimpanzees evolved from gorillas. Humans, chimpanzees, and gorillas evolved from common ancestor. Humans and gorillas evolved from chimpanzees. So there are the 4 options, and the question is asking which is the correct statement for primate evolution. So before going to the question, we should know first what is primate and non-primate to understand the question. So I guess everyone in class 10th have gone through a cycle that is called as menstrual and estrual cycle, right? सबने पढ़ा होगा class 10th में. So primates are the organisms that undergoes menstrual cycle. On the other hand, non-primata goes estrual cycle, right? And the question is asking that which is the common ancestor, which organisms evolved from which ones. So if you have gone through the family tree of the primate evolution, जो कि मैंने already आप लोगों को भेजा हुआ है, if you have gone through that, the family tree of primate evolution, From there you come to know that humans, chimpanzees and gorillas, they've evolved from common ancestor, that is homininae. They belong to the common ancestors, that is homininae, right? So if you have gone through the family tree of the primate evolution, in a quick moment, in a second only, you'll come to realize this is the correct option. Humans, chimpanzees and gorillas evolved from a common ancestor. Right, everyone? Okay, moving on to next question. Yes. The cripes of Libercoon are found in which one of the following parts of the human digestive system? ठीक है? Question is asking about what? Question is asking about cripes of, that is Libercoon. Okay? It is like this. Clear? And it is found in which part of the human digestive system, the question is asking. So I guess everyone in class must gone through the topic life processes in class 10th. Those who are from the medical stream, yes, those who are from the medical stream, just a minute, Ojas Kumar, okay beta. So they must read about the human physiology, topic number 1, that is human digestive system. But those who are from the math stream, they must have gone through the process, that is life processes in class 10th. And these are the very basic terms which is given in the options. Everybody is known to this. That is option 1, esophagus, option 2, small intestine, option 3, stomach, option D, rectum. Yes, anybody in the class can tell us the answer? Which is the right one? Yes, Dhruv, what are you saying, beta? Small intestine. Absolutely. Yasir is absolutely correct. Dhruv is also correct. We have read in the class. Who's saying C? Piyush? This is not C, bacha. I guess you must be from the math stream. That's why. See, these are the very basic and familiar terms to us. Whosoever is saying C, Utkarsh, no C, beta. It is not the C option. Why are you saying C? Okay, first we start with the esophagus. Let's understand the options first, then we'll reach to the right one. Okay? Okay, esophagus. Commonly what we call as esophagus? Food pipe. It is simply a food pipe which passes our food from mouth to stomach. So there is no digestive enzyme present. Simple a passage from which the food is transported from mouth to stomach. So this is the esophagus. Small intestine की चर्चा हम बाद में करेंगे. Let's straight away come to stomach. Okay? So stomach, we know, is a J-shaped bag and is the main site for the digestion of proteins. I guess you know all that. We have discussed it in the class as well, that stomach is the main site for the digestion of the proteins. Right? So this is not the site where crypts of Libercoon is found. The last one is the rectum. You must have gone through the last part of the alimentary canal, that is large intestine. वहाँ पे आप सब जानते हैं that large intestine divided into 3 parts, that is cecum, colon and rectum. Right? Now if we talk about rectum, this is the last part of the intestine, large intestine, where the undigested food is stored and then passed away, is being through the anus. So that is rectum. Now this is left, that is small intestine. If you have read a little about small intestine, you must have known that there is a structure, finger-like projections. पढ़ा है आप सब ने finger-like projection in small intestine? Yes, what is that? Yes, Tanish is saying villi. Okay. Okay, you must have read the finger-like projections like this, if I am not mistaken, in class 10. Is it looks like this only? Yes, the finger-like projections are like this only. You know, yes, this is what you studied in class 10th. But you know what? This is actually not present in this manner. This is present rather in this manner. Okay. This structure is called as Pilaike circularis. Right? And this Pilaike circularis is further highly folded to form finger-like projections that is called as villi. So that increases the surface area around 600 times more than actually it is. Right? In class 10th, what you have studied in this manner, that this is the villi which is present in the small intestine to increase the surface area for absorption. Because we know that small intestine is the main site जहाँ पर की absorption होता है. I guess everybody knows this. Yes or no? Very basic thing. Small intestine is the chief site of digestion and absorption of every nutrient. With the help of the structure present in the small intestine, that is villi. Now, come back to the question, where is this crypts of Lieberkühn present? So, if we enlarge this two villi, right, in this manner, right? So, at the depth of this, here is the structure which is the crypts of Lieberkühn is present. This is what? Crypts of Lieberkühn, right? It is named after the scientist, that is Lieberkühn, hence the name crypts of Lieberkühn. Now, what does it do for us? It synthesizes intestinal juice for us. Intestinal juice बनाती है हमारे लिए crypts of Lieberkühn, and the common name given to the intestinal juice is Succus entericus. Right? So this is extra information which we are learning from the questions, and through the questions only I'm trying to give the maximum regarding the topic. Please do connect with us. Okay, please don't miss any class so that you will have the maximum for your KVPY essay exam. Right, everyone? So basically, it is the small intestine where the crypts of Lieberkühn is present at the base of the villi, which is a part of the small intestine. I guess this is clear to everybody? Yes or no? Yes? Please, I want everyone to speak. Yes, sir. Okay. Next one, moving on to next question. What does our next question says? Very interesting question. Which of the pancreas impairs the breakdown of? Which of the, the question is like this, removal of the pancreas. It is the removal of pancreas. Just a moment. It is the removal of pancreas impairs the breakdown. अगर हम pancreas को body से हटा दें, तब क्या होगा? किस चीज का stoppage हो जाएगा? Breakdown नहीं होगा. The question is asking this. If the pancreas is removed from the body, what will happen to the body? What are the nutrients that will not be able to break down? Why question is like this? Because we know that pancreas is one of the digestive gland of the body. I guess everybody knows this? Yes? C. Absolutely. बिल्कुल सही बात. Let's check whether it is C or not. Actually it is C, but let's not straight away. We'll reach to the answer. First, we'll have a clear logic behind this. Why it is C? Chalo, this is Shubham Kataria. Shubham, can you explain why this is C in just one line? Why it is C, beta? बता सकता है बच्चा? Shubham. Okay, this is Kush also writing C. Yes, Kush. Why this is C, beta? Absolutely. You know, when pancreas is the one of the digestive gland, so it must produce the digestive juice, that is pancreatic juice. And this pancreatic juice is considered as the richest digestive juice. When we use the word richest, what does that mean? Richest means it has the enzyme for the digestion of every kind of nutrient. Okay? It has the enzyme for the digestion of every kind of nutrient. Whether it is lipids, whether it is proteins, whether it is carbs, whether it is nucleic acid, every nutrient can digest with the help of the pancreatic juice, enzymes present in the pancreatic juice. So, if pancreas is removed from the body, it will hinder the breakdown of all the nutrients, lipids, proteins and carbs. So, everyone is correct, all my students are correct. Yes, the option is, correct option is C. Absolutely. बिल्कुल सही बात, बिल्कुल सही आपने क्वेश्चन को रीच किया है, इसके सही आंसर को. It is lipids, proteins and the carbohydrates. All the breakdown of all these nutrients will impair or stops. Next one is, let's see what's our next question says. Yes. See, mind it, the two questions that we have discussed, rather the three questions, one from the evolution topic and rest two is from human digestion. See how important is human physiology for your KVPY exam. So we have to keep a check also that the question is asking from which topic. So we'll focus more on that topic to prepare our KVPY exam. Is it okay to everyone? So, the two questions are from digestion, human physiology. Now this one again from human physiology, but in a different topic, that is circulatory system. Question is saying, microscopic examination of a blood smear reveals an abnormal increase in the number of granular with multiple nuclear lobes. There are the cells which are granular cells, उनका number बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गया है blood में. Which one of the following cell has increased in number? तो आपको ये बताना है कि इनमें से कौन सा ऐसा सेल है जिसका नंबर बढ़ गया है. तो इस क्वेश्चन को करने के लिए you should have a knowledge of the composition of blood. That is present in the topic circulatory system, again human physiology. Three questions are from human physiology. So I guess, you know that blood composition is what? It will contain the cells and the plasma. If we talk about the cells, so the number of cells, the types of cells present. What are the types of cells present? Yes. The question is, the options are lymphocytes, monocytes, neutrophils, and thrombocytes. These are the four options. So to understand this, you should have a composition of blood. Blood comprises what? Which kind of cells present? As Kush tells us, the cells present are RBCs. The cells present are RBCs, that are red blood cells, WBCs, these are white blood cells, and the platelets. So these are the cells which you must have studied in your class 10th or in class 11th in human physiology. And these cells are biologically called as erythrocytes. RBCs को क्या बोलते हैं हम? Erythrocytes. WBCs को it is leukocytes. And platelets को we call it as thrombocytes. Absolutely. It is thrombocytes. सभी ने सही ऑप्शन मार्क किया है इसका. I am very much impressed by my students. Everybody is learning. Absolutely right. Right? So there are three types of cells present in the blood, that is the erythrocytes, leukocytes and the platelets, that is thrombocytes. Now you know there are different kinds of WBCs if you have studied. That is, number one is they are granulocytes. They are granulocytes and agranulocytes. देखो नाम से ही पता चल रहा है, बायोलॉजी में किसी भी वर्ड के आगे अगर ए लगा हो, so that means absence of that particular thing. Always remember that. है ना? So that means these cells have granules in them, and these cells don't have granules in them. There are 3 types of granulocytes. What are the 3 types? Yes. What are the 3 types? One is given, that is neutrophils. The second is acidophils, and the third is basophils. Basophils, the neutrophils, acidophils and basophils, right? So question is asking, so suppose first we discuss the types. So there are 3 types. Number 1 is neutrophils, which is given in the question, in the options. Second is acidophils. Third is, that is basophils. ठीक है? And the agranulocytes, what are those? Monocytes and lymphocytes. So these are the 2 agranulocytes. हमारे क्वेश्चन के ऑप्शंस में क्या दिया हुआ है? मोनोसाइट्स भी, आई मीन agranulocytes भी गिवन है और granulocytes भी गिवन है. If you have studied properly about WBCs, you must have studied that, in the nucleus of each WBCs, there are different shape of the nucleus present. In WBCs, in different WBCs, there are different shape of the nucleus present. Okay? Now, what is the question is asking? Blood smear. Blood smear means when you have taken a blood for its testing, so you have spread on the slide, and then you have done with some thin sheet, spread it on a slide. So that spreading of blood makes it blood smear. So on the examination of the blood smear, what it finds, there are increase in number of the granular. देखो granular पहले हमें अपना आधा आंसर मिल गया अगर हमें WBCs के बारे में मालूम है ना? मोनोसाइट्स, लिम्फोसाइट्स हमारा ऑप्शन नहीं हो सकता. ऐसे ही मिल गया, हमें मालूम है थ्रोम्बोसाइट्स तो अलग से सेल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, आगे जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. अगर हमें इतना भी कॉम्पोजिशन, ब्लड कॉम्पोजिशन मालूम है तो हम इसको ऐसे ही मार्क कर देंगे विदाउट नोइंग फर्दर, बिकॉज दिस इज वन ऑफ द ग्रैन्युलोसाइट्स. Granulocytes is multi-lobed, that is neutrophils is multi-lobed. If you have proper and a clear view of the nucleus present in the neutrophils, you'll find it is multi-lobed. And these two, that is acidophils and the basophils, are the bilobed. But neutrophils are multi-lobed nucleus. So that is why our answer is C, and everyone in the class has given me the correct answer. That's the best part. Very good, all of you. So this is, the answer is neutrophils. I guess everyone is learning properly. समझ आ रहा है सबको? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next question says, this is very interesting question. One of the following genetic phenomena is represented by the blood group AB. Blood group AB? Yes, I got the answer actually. That is very true. The options are, yes beta, बिल्कुल सही यासिर, absolutely correct beta. Options क्या है हमारे पास? It is co-dominance, it is dominance, it is over-dominance, it is semi-dominance. So आपको ये बताना है क्वेश्चन में कौन सा genetic phenomena is represented by the blood group A and B. So if you have studied a little about genetics, एकदम से इसका आंसर निकाल दोगे, है ना? आपको बताना है कि को-डोमिनेंस और डोमिनेंस, ओवर डोमिनेंस और सेमी डोमिनेंस, कौन सा फिनोमेना इज बीन शोन बाय द ब्लड ग्रुप AB. देखो हमेशा ध्यान रखो, यू मस्ट हैव स्टडीड दैट इज लॉ ऑफ डोमिनेंस, लॉ ऑफ पेयर्ड फैक्टर्स इन क्लास 10th इन द टॉपिक हेरिडिटी एंड एवोल्यूशन. तो वहाँ आपने मेंडल्स लॉज पढ़े होंगे, तो वहाँ पे यू मस्ट हैव स्टडीड दैट लॉ ऑफ पेयर्ड फैक्टर्स. यू मस्ट हैव स्टडीड लॉ ऑफ पेयर्ड फैक्टर्स. पढ़ा है सबने? लॉ ऑफ पेयर्ड फैक्टर्स. एवरी जीन इज गवर्न्ड बाय 2 alleles. Yes or no? Every gene is governed by 2 alleles, है ना? तो if there is See, we are talking about blood group, and it is blood group is ABO system. ABO blood group system we are talking about, and you know there are actually this phenomena is also represent multiple allelism. Multiple allelism. Mendels ने हमको क्या बताया that every gene has two alleles, but the blood group gene, that is I, blood group gene, that is I, it has three alleles. What are the alleles? That is IgA, sorry, IA, IB, and small IO. So, and these two are dominant, and this one is recessive. So that means it is clearly shown that the blood group is actually, blood group ABO system is a phenomena of multiple allelism. Same goes for codominance. है ना? देखो, the what kind of the genotypes we can have with the help of these three alleles. It could be what? It could be IA, IA, small io, IB, IB, small io, then what it will be? IA, IB. हो सकता है ऐसा? One more we can have small io, small io. That means, see this one, IA and IB. Both the dominant genes are expressing themselves. That makes the blood group AB. So that means they are showing the phenomena of codominance. दोनों ही जीन अपने आप को express कर रहे हैं in the group, in the blood group system ABO. So that clearly indicates that because they are both are showing, they are expressing themselves, it is the phenomena of what? Codominance. And everyone is right. Everyone is right. This is the codominance phenomena which is being represented by the blood group AB. Is it understood to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
So, moving on to next question. Yes, the mode of speciation mediated by graphical isolation is referred as. The options are adaptive radiation, allopatric speciation, parapatric speciation, sympatric speciation. देखो again a question from evolution. First question from evolution. Now this question is from evolution, and the last question that we have discussed is from heredity. The topic heredity and evolution is important for KVPY exam. You know, genetics is always important for any such exam. So we have to clear, I mean not not very much detail, but little bit detail is almost required for giving such exams. Okay, so we'll have a session in which I'll explain few concepts of the genetics as well, so that you can do these questions very well and reach to the right one, right answer. Before, you know, choosing one option, we should know what is speciation. We should know what is speciation. Now, speciation, what does speciation means? Formation of new species through the existing species. नई species का पैदा होना already existing species से, that is speciation. And the question is saying the mode of speciation mediated by graphical isolation. Graphical isolation means if there is a population and some barrier like mountain or sea comes in between, so the population will be separated in two population. So what kind of the speciation will it be? The question is like this, it is asking if there is a graphical isolation, geographical isolation exists in a population, and if we thought about graphical isolation, तो हम किसकी बात कर रहे हैं? जैसे कोई बहुत बड़ा बैरियर आ गया हो एक population में. It could be any mountain, it could be any sea, anything which acts as a barrier in a population and makes it two. So that is, we called it as graphical isolation. That will in a long years, in a long time will result into two population. And that is which one? That is allopatric speciation. Very interesting question. When you'll go through deeply in the knowledge of speciation, you'll find very interesting these kind of questions. So if the speciation or the formation of species results through a graphical isolation, that is called as allopatric speciation. Our answer is B. Okay? Is it okay to everyone? Yes, beta? Yes, beta. Yes. Okay? बिल्कुल सही बात. Okay, Kush? So, and this leads to the formation of two different, altogether different kind of species. So that is allopatric speciation. Okay, bacha? Okay, moving on to next question. Very simple one, again human physiology. Which one of the following metabolic conversion requires oxygen? ये मैं नहीं बताऊंगी, आप लोग बताओ मुझे. It's a very simple one. Everybody can answer.
Ma'am, D.
B. Is it B?
Ma'am, D.
Yes, D for Delhi. Is he correct? Yes? Is Yasir correct? If he says D, which one of the following metabolic conversion requires oxygen? देखो glucose to pyruvate. कौन सा process हो गया? If it is glucose to pyruvate, tell me, which process is this? No, it is not an anaerobic. It is something else. Glucose to pyruvate. You have started. One glucose of molecule converts into two molecules of pyruvic acid. Is called as. Abhi batao. Nobody? Yes, it is glycolysis. Yes, it is glycolysis. मतलब ग्लूकोज टूट गया. किस में टूट गया? two molecules of pyruvic acid, है ना? Pyruvic acids के molecule में टूट गया. And you know what? It is a common pathway of both aerobic and anaerobic respiration. It does not require any oxygen. So this is not our answer. And the question says requires the oxygen. Conversion of which thing requires oxygen? So it is the process of glycolysis. Number B option says glucose to carbon dioxide and ethanol. पढ़ा है सबने ये? Very simple again. Glucose अगर yes, that is fermentation. किस कौन से organism में होता है? It is fermentation occurring in one of the fungi. Yes, it is one of the fungi, that is yeast. तो फिर ये भी it is a kind of anaerobic respiration. This is not our answer, absolutely. The option C says glucose to lactate. यानी ग्लूकोज किस में बदल रहा है? लैक्टिक एसिड में बदल रहा है. तो क्या कब बदलेगा लैक्टिक एसिड में? Either in muscles, yes or no? When you are going through the vigorous exercise, your body demands, your cells demands much more of oxygen. At that point of time, glucose is converting into lactic acid to provide oxygen to your muscles. In the absence of oxygen, rather, to provide energy to your muscles. Okay? So that means even it does not require oxygen. Last option, very simple, glucose to carbon dioxide and water. So this requires oxygen. है ना? So our option is D. D for Delhi. Many of you are right. Rishit is saying it is glycolysis. Absolutely beta. Option A says glycolysis. बिल्कुल ठीक बात. That means you people are learning biology for your KVPY. I'm impressed. Okay, moving on to next question. Where are the proximal and distal convoluted tubules located within the human body? Again, human physiology. See how important human physiology for this exam point of view, especially for KVPY essay. So, I guess you are getting an idea कि हमें कौन से topics पढ़ने हैं. This question is again from human physiology and the topic is excretion. कौन से topic से है? Excretion. है ना? चलो ऑप्शंस क्या गिवन है? adrenal cortex, adrenal medulla, renal cortex, renal medulla. है ना? adrenal and adrenal cortex in medulla. ये तो हम निकाल देते हैं because we know that adrenal and cortex and medulla, ये तो हमारे क्वेश्चन की डिमांड ही नहीं है. दिस इज अबाउट द ग्लैंड, adrenal gland present, which is actually divided into 3 regions, cortex and medulla. And if you know about the kidneys, this is called as renal and the kidney is divided into 2 regions, that is cortex and medulla. I guess everybody knows that. It's very simple, basics. Kidney is divided into 2 regions, that is cortex and medulla. Okay, and if you know the structural and functional units of kidney, what is that? The nephrons, absolutely. Nephrons are the structural and functional unit of kidneys, and if you have been gone through the detailed structure of a nephron, you must have studied there are different types of tubules present. That is PCT, which is given in the question, proximal convoluted tubule. Then one is DCT, again given in the question, distal convoluted tubule. One tubule is collecting tubule, other is loop of Henle. So if you have gone through the structure of the nephron and how it is present in the kidney, you will immediately, reach to the right answer. The arrangement of nephron in the 2 regions of kidney, you should know about it for this question. Right? So proximal and distal tubules, these are present in the cortex region of the kidney. Loop of Henle goes deep into the medulla, same goes to collecting tubule. The PCT and DCT remains in the cortex region of the kidney. Right, everyone? So, yes, somebody has marked, Abhishek Yadav says C, absolutely correct. Yasir also saying C. कुछ लोगों ने गलत आंसर किया है, but then our answer is C, that is renal cortex. Medulla में आपका loop of Henle and the collecting tubule is present. Right, everyone? Is it understood? समझ आ रहा है सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's nice. Moving on to next question. Yes, this is again genetics. देखो maximum questions are from genetics and human physiology. वही पढ़ लो अच्छे से for your KVPY exam. You will get good score in biology. Right? और दोनों ही बहुत मज़ेदार टॉपिक है. Human physiology. That is all that topics, what I say, digestion, respiration, transportation, excretion, reproduction, है ना? Then neural system also as well. So these are human physiology. Please go through the topics. We'll also discuss the content of the topic in the coming sessions, right? And this is very important for KVPY exam, essay exam for class 11th, and genetics as well. Now this is again a very interesting question. This is from genetics. In a diploid organism, when the locus X is inactivated, locus X क्या हुआ? Inactivate हो गया. नहीं एक्सप्रेस किया उसने अपने आप को. Inactivation means X is not able to express itself. Transcription of the locus Y is triggered. That means कि Y express itself. है ना? Based on the observation, which one of the following statements is correct? मतलब क्वेश्चन आपसे ये पूछ रहा है कि अगर Y ट्रिगर्ड हो गया, ट्रांसक्राइब्ड हो गया, दैट मीन्स एक्सप्रेस हो गया, एंड X is inactivated, could not able to express itself. What will be the process then? उस पोजीशन पे X और Y किस तरह से आपस में इंटरैक्ट कर रहे हैं? दिस इज नोन एज जीन इंटरैक्शन, है ना? जब कभी कोई जीन, एक जीन दूसरे जीन को एक्सप्रेस नहीं करने दे पा रहा, या फिर साथ में एक्सप्रेस हो रहा है, जैसे अभी हमने पढ़ा को डोमिनेंस के केस में, दोनों जीन मिलकर फ्रेंडशिप निभाकर साथ में आगे बढ़कर एक साथ आगे आ रहे हैं, दैट इज को डोमिनेंस, एक्सप्रेसिंग बोथ एज AB ब्लड ग्रुप. और कभी कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि एक ने दूसरे को सप्रेस कर दिया, एक्सप्रेस नहीं करने दिया, डोमिनेंसी दिखाई, है ना? तो दैट इज अ केस ऑफ डोमिनेंस. अनदर काइंड ऑफ प्रोसेस, इस क्वेश्चन के लिए आपको देयर इज अ जीन दैट इज कॉल्ड एज एपिस्टैटिक जीन, उसकी नॉलेज होनी चाहिए. यू नो, देर आर डिफरेंट जीन्स विच डज नॉट फॉलो मेंडल्स लॉ, and that is basically we said is variations from Mendel law, and this is one such case. कुछ ऐसे जीन्स हैं जो कि मेंडल्स के लॉ को फॉलो नहीं करते, so that is what we called as deviations or variations from Mendel law. Okay, so the question is asking y is triggered and x is inactivated. So in that case, which of one of the following is correct? देखो, x is dominant over y, ये तो बिल्कुल ही गलत लग रहा है. x तो इनएक्टिवेट है, कैसे डोमिनेट करेगा y को? सही बात है? यस और नो? तो ये तो बिल्कुल ही गलत, ऐसी क्वेश्चन देख के ही समझ जाएंगे आप. बी बात कर लेते हैं. x इज एपिस्टैटिक टू y. देखो, एपिस्टैटिक के इस ऑप्शन को जानने के लिए आपको थोड़ा सा एपिस्टैटिक जीन के बारे में पढ़ना होगा. यू नो, इफ देर आर टू जीन्स and if one is not able to, one is not suppress the expression of the other gene, if one gene suppress the expression of the other gene, that means that one gene is epistatic to other gene. Getting my point? It is not the case of dominance. It is why, because वो खुद dominance ही नहीं शो कर रहा, वो दूसरे को, दूसरे जीन को एक्सप्रेस ही नहीं होने दे रहा. ठीक है, मतलब डोमिनेंस के केस में क्या है, डोमिनेंसी दिखाई, एक्सप्रेस हो गया, द अदर इज रिसेसिव. दिस इज व्हाट यू स्टार्टेड इन क्लास 10th. ठीक है. इन केस ऑफ लाइक आपने मोनो हाइब्रिड क्रॉस, डाई हाइब्रिड क्रॉसेस पढ़े होंगे. तो इफ वी टॉक अबाउट टू जीन्स, यू मस्ट हैव स्टडीड अबाउट डाई हाइब्रिड क्रॉस. सो इसमें वन जीन डज नॉट अलाउ द एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ द अदर वन, सो दैट इज शोइंग द डोमिनेंसी, है ना. एपिस्टैटिक जीन मीन्स कि इट सप्रेस द अदर जीन एंड लेट एक्सप्रेस इटसेल्फ. That means that gene is showing epistatic to the other gene. So option B is saying X is epistatic to Y. बिल्कुल गलत बात. X तो inactivated है, कैसे epistatic कर सकता है Y के साथ? It is not going to epistatic to Y. बिल्कुल गलत बात. क्वेश्चन से ही आपको समझ आ रही होगी ये बात, बिकॉज X तो inactivate हो गया, वो तो एक्सप्रेस ही नहीं हो पा रहा. क्लियर है बात सबको? तो दिस इज नॉट आवर ऑप्शन. Y is dominant over X. इस दोनों में आपको जरूर कंफ्यूजन होगा इफ यू हैव स्टडीड, इफ यू डू नॉट स्टडीड एपिस्टैटिक. Is y is dominant over x or y is epistatic to x? Because the question is saying that y is able to express itself. What is saying? That y transcription of the locus y is triggered. Right? Why it is triggered? Because it's showing epistatic to x. That is why it makes X inactivated, does not allows the expression of the X to express itself. Okay, everyone? So our option is, our right option is Y is epistatic to X. Okay, if one gene is not allowing the expression of the other gene, that gene is epistatic to the other gene. Here Y is triggered, transcript, expressed, and X is inactivated. That means Y is epistatic to X. Is it clear to everyone? इस क्वेश्चन के लिए आपको yes बेटा, yes कुश? Locus is a position of the gene on a chromosome. Okay? Very simple. It is a position of a gene on a chromosome. So locus की हम क्या बात कर रहे हैं? Locus X is inactivated. मतलब X gene जो है which is on the locus X is become inactivated, does not expressing itself. क्यों नहीं express कर पा रहा? Because Y is epistatic to X. Okay बच्चा? Okay बेटा. I guess everyone is understanding. Okay बेटा. Next, very simple. Which one of the following sequences represent the correct taxonomical hierarchy? इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर मुझे आप लोग बताओ. बहुत ही सिंपल है, नथिंग कंसेप्ट, डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन. What could be the correct taxonomical hierarchy? आपने सबने पढ़ा है kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. That is what you have to mark in the question. What is the right one? क्या होगा इसका सही आंसर? बताओ मुझे. Kingdom A, absolutely. I guess Taruna answer me. It is the Sanover. Okay, beta. Sorry. It is the A is the option. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. ठीक है? So the answer is A. Just a moment. Again, human physiology. See how many questions are from human physiology. Which one of the following organs is not a site for the production of white blood cells? आपको ये बताना है कि white blood cells कहाँ पर प्रोड्यूस नहीं होते, कौन सा साइट नहीं है. Again a simple one. Again we know that it is the bone marrow, kidney, liver and spleen, है ना. तो bone marrow is the site of hemopoiesis. I guess everybody knows what is hemopoiesis. Hemopoiesis means the formation of blood. This is hemopoiesis. That means the formation of blood, है ना. और ब्लड की बात कर रहे हैं तो ब्लड कंप्राइजेस सेल्स एज वेल, है ना. तो यानी कि सेल्स भी बनेंगे यहाँ पर. सो दैट इज नॉट द आंसर बिकॉज इट इज द साइट ऑफ द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ ब्लड. देन लिवर पे आ जाते हैं. लिवर इज ऑल्सो द साइट ऑफ द formation of blood during the embryonic stage. I guess everybody know that. Spleen is also the site of the blood formation, hemopoiesis. Left is kidney. Kidney is the right option. It is not the site of the formation of blood, though it produces an hormone which is very much required for the formation of blood cells, that is RBC. So you can write that. This is important one. The one hormone that is being synthesized by kidney, that is called as erythropoietin. If it is erythropoietin, that means it is very much required for the formation of erythrocytes, and that is RBCs. So it is not the site of the formation of the blood, but yes, it produces an hormone that is required for the formation of red blood cells, and that is erythropoietin. I guess this is understood to everyone. So our answer is yes, but okay, this is the, spleen is a site where the blood is formed, graveyard of RBCs. I guess you have understood that. Lower classes में बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ा होगा आपने, है ना. And it is the storage of the cells as well. It is that organ where the destruction of RBCs takes place. It performs many functions in the body. Basically, storage of blood cells, destruction of RBCs takes place in spleen, graveyard of RBCs as well. Right, Kush? Yes, beta, definitely. When I say the destruction of the blood cells takes place, definitely, but maximum number of RBCs is being destructed over here. That is why we say it is a graveyard of RBCs. Okay, Kush? It is asking, it is not the site of the production. Here the production is still there, right? Okay, Kush? Synthesize. No, bacha, it is not at all the same thing. If it is the product, if the RBCs are produced there, that means it is not the site. Okay, see, once the cells have completed its life cycle, because the RBC's life cycle is 120 days, then the destruction of RBCs takes place here. But then the storage is also there and the production is also there. So it couldn't be our answer. Okay, which? Okay. I guess it is understood to everyone. Okay. Very simple. This comes from plant physiology. Which one of the following anatomical structures is involved in guttation? So options are cuticle, hydatodes, lenticels, stomata. So to answer this question, you must know the process of guttation. What is guttation? Yes, what is guttation? You must have studied the topic, that is phenomena, that is transpiration. Loss of water in the form of water vapor, that is transpiration. But loss of water in the form of water droplets. Loss of water in the form of water droplets, that is guttation. And कहाँ से droplets ये loss होगा? From the leaf margins. From the leaf margins. Suppose you know this is the structure of leaf, and at the margins of leaf over here, at the margins of leaf, there is a structure present. That is called as what? Hydnothods. Is openings, very minute openings are there, very minute openings at the surface of the leaves, at the margins of the leaves I would say, and from this hydnothods guttation takes place, that is the loss of water in the form of water droplets. ठीक है? Cuticle you must be knowing, it is the outermost covering of the outermost layer of the plant parts, that is epidermis. It is a waxy layer which is the covering of the epidermis, but it is not continuous. Why it is not continuous? Yes? Anybody? क्यों continuous नहीं होता? Epidermis? No, Dhruv, it is a waxy layer. सोचना अगर ये waxy layer है, अगर continuous होगा तो plant के processes stop हो जाएंगे. Because it is actually the outermost covering of the epidermis. If it would be waxy layer, तो exchange of gases, transpiration, सारा कुछ stop हो जाएगा, है ना? So it should not be continuous. It should have pores on it. So that is why it is not continuous layer. It is the outermost covering of the epidermis. Okay? Lenticels, आप सबने पढ़े होंगे. कहाँ present होते हैं? Lenticels. Stems. क्या function है? Exchange of gases. है ना? Stomata, again you must be familiar with this word. Pores present on the leaves, again for the exchange of gases. ठीक है? So hydnothods is our answer. Clear everyone? So these are present on the margins of the leaves from where the loss of water takes place in the form of water droplets, and that is the process guttation. Clear? Yes? Okay. Next question. Again, human physiology, neural system, sense organs, eye. पढ़ाया आप लोगों ने इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा in your class 10th or 11th? That is, question says, which one of the following parts of the eye is affected in cataract? Cataract is a disease which is actually taking place in one of the part of your eye. Options are cornea, conjunctiva, retina, lens. है ना? इन चारों में से कौन सा आपका पार्ट जो होता है आई का इफेक्ट होता है ड्यूरिंग दिस डिजीज ऑफ कैटरेक्ट? देखो, कॉर्निया इज दी, यू नो, देयर इज एन आउटरमोस्ट लेयर विच इज कॉल्ड एज स्क्लेरा. तो स्क्लेरा व्हेन इट कम्स टू द प्रोजेक्शन आउटवर्ड, तो उसका बिल्कुल आउटरमोस्ट पार्ट इज कॉर्निया. ठीक है? कॉर्निया के बारे में एक चीज और आई वांटेड टू लेट यू नो, क्वेश्चन कैन बी आस्क्ड. इट इज avascular. It does not supplied with any kind of blood vessels. Okay? So because, you know, it is avascular, most successful transplantation surgical medical surgery in the history of medical. Because it is avascular. अब देखो ना, कोई चीज avascular है, no blood supply, so that means कि transfusion में कोई दिक्कत नहीं आएगी, no rejections will be showed. So that is why it is the most successful surgery in the history, in the medical history. Cornea. Conjunctiva, no, this is not effective, present at the corner of the eye. Inflammation of this causes conjunctivitis. Okay? Retina. we have three layers. One of the innermost layer is retina, which have actually the pigments of rods and cones through which we can able to see. Last is the option which is lens. You know, during this disease, lens becomes more cloudy. Cloudy because of the deposition of the proteins on it. That is why it leads to the disease cataract. So the part of the eye which affect during this disease is lens. Okay, everyone? Again, a question from human physiology. So please do learn the topics for your KVPY exam, which comprises human physiology. Respiration, digestion, excretion, transportation, reproduction, neural system. Is it okay to everyone? You people are getting it? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone in the class, I want everyone to speak. तुम लोग ने स्टार्टिंग में जो क्वेश्चंस थे उसके आंसर्स तो बहुत अच्छे दिए मुझे, लेकिन बाद में आते आते तक तुम लोग थोड़ा भूल गए. Okay. This is again, question comes from the plants. Which one of the following organism is a bryophyta? Bryophyte, पढ़े हैं आपने? Thallophyta, bryophyta, pteridophyta, gymnosperms, angiosperms. That comprises the plant kingdom. You know, plant की अगर हम categorization की बात करें, so we can divide it into two categories. That is cryptogams and phanerogams. It can be divided into two categories. That is cryptogams and phanerogams. ठीक है, cryptogams के अंदर कौन कौन सा ग्रुप होगा? It will be Thallophyta, then it will be Bryophyta, then it will be Pteridophyta, and under this comes Gymnosperms and Angiosperms. तो इतना तो आपको बेसिक्स है, बिल्कुल मालूम होना चाहिए फॉर सच क्वेश्चन. ओके, तो आपसे क्वेश्चन ये पूछ रहा है इनमें से कौन सा ऑर्गेनिज्म ब्रायोफाइटा है, यानी कि क्राइप्टोगैम है, वन ऑफ द ब्रायोफाइटा. देखो, थैलोफाइटा ऑर्गेनिजम्स जो होते हैं, थैलस लाइक बॉडी होती है, नो डिफ्रेंसिएशन ऑफ रूट, स्टेम्स एंड लीव्स. ठीक है, और अगर हम इसकी बात करें, दैट इज बी ऑप्शन, वॉल्विक्स एंड क्लमाइडोमोनस. These are algae, and this belongs to the class Thallophyta. Okay, and in the last one, that are ferns. This belongs to Pteridophyta. And the liverwort and mosses, this belongs to Bryophyta. बात समझ आ रही है? The liverwort is the organism which is a bryophyte. Okay, one question I wanted to ask you here. If I ask the amphibians of the plant kingdom, amphibians of the plant kingdom, so what would you answer? Amphibians, I guess every bryophyte. Why bryophyte? Why bryophyte? Who are amphibians? They need water for reproduction, and because they need both land and water for their survival. If you have studied amphibians in animal kingdom, you must be knowing that these require both land and water for their survival. Same is the case with this bryophytes. They require both land and water for their survival. Specifically, they require water for completing their reproductive cycle. So that is why fern is the bryophyta is the amphibians of the plant kingdom, and our answer is the fern, that is one of the bryophyte. One more question over here. If I ask you vascular cryptogams, vascular cryptogams. Vascular, I guess everybody understood. Vascular means the organisms which have vascular bundles. And my question is vascular cryptograms. So, I mean, because these are the cryptograms, so this must be our answer out of these three. So, what do you answer if I ask you vascular cryptograms? बता सकता है कोई आप में से? Yes, Abhishek is right. Yasser is right. बिल्कुल सही बेटा. It is pteridophyta, which is vascular cryptograms because it has vascular bundles. And the two thallophytes, I mean two cryptograms, that is thallophyta and the bryophyta, do not have vascular bundles. So whenever a question is asked that which of the following cryptograms is vascular cryptograms, you always answer pteridophyta. Amphibians of the plant kingdom, bryophyta. And again, if asked reptiles of the plant kingdom, then again you will answer pteridophyta, because these are the first plants which came on completely land for their survival. They does not need any kind of water for completing their reproductive cycle. These are completely land plants, as goes with the reptiles in animal kingdom. Okay, so reptiles of the plant kingdoms, vascular cryptograms are the pteridophytes. Amphibians of the plant kingdom are the bryophytes. I guess everyone is understood. Everything is clear to everyone? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, should we move on to the next question? Yes, very interesting. Dekho, again, reproduction it comes, human physiology. Every question, even after just one question, I'm again and again saying human physiology. So many questions are from the topic. So वो अपना टॉपिक अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करके जाना फॉर KPPY एग्जाम, ह्यूमन फिजियोलॉजी एंड जेनेटिक्स. These two are very important. During oogenesis in mammals, the second meiotic division takes place. देखो, oogenesis is a process, is a kind of gametogenesis, है ना? Gametogenesis means, what does gametogenesis means? Gametogenesis. Gametogenesis means formation of gametes, right? And we know that gametes are what? The sperm and the ovum. तो अगर sperm का formation हो रहा है, we'll say it is spermatogenesis, है ना? और अगर ovum का formation हो रहा है, we'll say it is oogenesis. What is given in the question? During oogenesis in mammals, the second meiotic division takes place. And you know, oogenesis and spermatogenesis are the processes in which meiosis takes place. इनमें क्या होता है? Meiosis होता है. And we know that meiosis is a reductional division. आपने सेल साइकिल थोड़ा सा भी अगर मालूम है आपको, तो आप जरूर जानते होंगे ये बात कि meiosis is a reductional division. Means the number of chromosomes present in the daughter cells get reduced to half what is present in the parent cell. And it takes place in two processes, two steps rather, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. है ना? दो steps में होता है, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. During meiosis 1, what happens? One cell divides into two daughter cells. And those two daughter cells have half number of chromosomes what is present in their parent cell, right? That is why we say meiosis 1 is the reductional division. क्योंकि reduce हो गए ना number of chromosomes, reduce to half. तो इसलिए हम meiosis 1 को क्या बोलते हैं? Reductional division. meiosis 2 पे आ जाते हैं. एक बात ये भी हम ध्यान रखेंगे that during meiosis, one parent cells results into the formation of 4 daughter cells. है ना? एक सेल से 4 daughter cells अगर बन रहे हैं, that means meiosis is going on. पहले एक सेल ने 2 सेल बनाए, meiosis 1. उन दोनों cells में half number of chromosomes present, hence reductional division. Then those 2 daughter cells again divides, form 4 daughter cells, meiosis 2. But the 4 daughter cells have the same number of chromosomes what is present in that 2 daughter cells. That is why we say meiosis 2 is a equational division. क्योंकि अभी क्या हुआ, इस डिवीजन में कोई भी क्रोमोसोम नंबर रिड्यूस नहीं हुआ. वट एवर प्रेजेंट इन द 2 डॉटर सेल्स, सेम नंबर ऑफ क्रोमोसोम विल बी प्रेजेंट इन द 4 डॉटर सेल्स. That is why we say it is an equational division, or sometimes we also say it as mitosis. ठीक है, तो ये ध्यान रखनी है बात हमें. अब क्या पूछ रहा है आपसे, oogenesis is mammal, the second meiotic division occurs. कब होता है ना? Before fertilization, after fertilization, before ovulation, after ovulation, after fertilization. Okay, this sounds the same. We'll mark it as at after ovulation. है ना? B and D is same. We'll mark this like this. Okay? चलो, before fertilization. देखो, completion की बात पूछ रहे हैं कि कब होता है second meiotic division. Before fertilization, this is incorrect option. Before fertilization नहीं होता. We'll discuss. देखो, मियोसिस में क्या होगा कि देयर इज अ जब हम ओवम की बात करते हैं, सेकेंड मियोटिक डिवीजन की बात कर रहे हैं, तो सेकेंड मियोटिक डिवीजन में ही ओवम प्रोड्यूस होगा, यानी हमारा फाइनल सेल, फाइनल मैच्योर सेल हमको मिलेगा. ठीक है, तो ये कब होगा? इन अ वेरी कॉमन वे वी से दैट मेन एंड वुमेन आर कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री टू ईच अदर, एंड दिस इज अ बायोलॉजिकल फैक्ट. No women can produce the ovum unless and until there is a cell which is being fertilized by the sperm. Getting my point? No women can produce ovum unless the cell that is called as secondary oocyte. There is a cell that is being produced by a woman that is called as secondary oocyte. This cell will convert into ovum during meiotic division after fertilization. Fertilization means when the sperm penetrates the egg. That means fertilization has taken place. Then only the secondary oocyte completes its meiotic division, second meiotic division, and forms ovum. बात समझ आ रही है? Ovum is not produced by any female unless and until this cell, secondary oocyte, gets penetrated by the sperm. And if penetration is done, that means fertilization is done. So हमारा आंसर क्या होएगा? Anyone in the class? Anyone? B. बिल्कुल ठीक बात. This will our correct option. After fertilization. Similarly, that is also in case of the males also. अगर हम मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम पढ़ेंगे तो हमें पता चलेगा the sperms produced by the males are immature and immotile and cannot fertilize the ova. Once it reaches to the reproductive tract, female reproductive tract, after sexual intercourse, then it acquires the capacity of fertilization in the female reproductive tract. उस प्रोसेस को भी हम कुछ बोलते हैं, that is called as capacitation. उस प्रोसेस को क्या बोलते हैं? If you want to know more about it, all these things, we'll have a class on the topic reproductive system, male and female. So we'll discuss more about it. अभी के लिए इतना जानो कि no male can produce the sperm which can fertilize ova. It can fertilize ova in that case once it reaches to the female reproductive tract, and then it acquires the capacity of fertilization through the process called as capacitation. Then only it reaches to the fallopian tubes and fertilized eggs. I guess थोड़ा थोड़ा समझ आ रहा होगा? Yes? क्या बेटा, come again? I didn't get you. फिर से कुछ? Yes. Okay, female reproductive part में I was telling you that no woman produces ovum unless and until there is a cell that is produced by a female during this oogenesis process that is called as secondary oocyte. Is it okay up till here? No female produces ovum unless this cell, secondary oocyte which is produced during oogenesis is penetrated by the sperm. देखो ना, अगर हमने बोल रहे हैं कि penetrated by the sperm, that means fertilization हो गया, है ना? Penetration तो हो गया. So आंसर तो तुम्हें मिल गया होगा कुछ इतना लाइंस के बाद, out of the 4. Yes or no बेटा? If I say कि इतनी लाइंस के बाद तुम्हें इन चारों में से ऑप्शन तो समझ आ गया होगा कि what would be the option? करेक्ट ऑप्शन है ना बेटा, कि अनलेस द स्पर्म पेनिट्रेट्स द सेकेंडरी oocyte it will not convert into ovum. That means it will not complete its meiotic division. When the two meiotic division completes, then only ovum will form. And when it completes, when sperm penetrates the secondary oocyte. Okay बच्चा, कुछ? You're getting my point? ठीक है, तो हम लोग जिसे बोलते हैं ना कॉमन लैंग्वेज में मेन एंड वुमेन आर कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री टू ईच अदर. दिस इज एक्चुअली अ बायोलॉजिकल फैक्ट. As in case of females that they cannot produce an ovum without the fertilization or without the penetration of sperm, same goes with the males. Sperms on its own do not have the fertilizing capacity. Once it is being ejected or ejaculated into the female reproductive tract after sexual intercourse, then they acquire the capacity of fertilization. And the process is called as capacitation. Then only it can penetrate the egg and can go for fertilization. Getting my point? Is it or not? Everyone in the class, I want everyone to speak and involved in the class. है ना? तभी मजा आता है क्लास में. Everyone, I guess तुम लोगों को थोड़ा सा समझ आया होगा रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम. इट्स अ लॉन्ग वे टू गो. देखो ये पूरा क्वेश्चन पेपर हमको पढ़ के क्वेश्चंस को रीड करके इतना तो ज़रूर समझ आ रहा है कि हमें कौन कौन से टॉपिक्स पढ़ने हैं फॉर KVPY ऐसे एग्जाम. येस और नो? So go for a smart work. Do not read all, especially for the math stream students. Because this paper is applicable for all maths and bio students. Yes, anybody is asking something? Okay, तो हमें कौन से टॉपिक्स पढ़ने हैं, कौन से नहीं पढ़ने हैं. Go for a smart work. Go for human physiology. Go for genetics and a little bit about plant physiology. बिल्कुल on the surface level. Deep in नहीं जाना, है ना? लेकिन genetics और human physiology हमें बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ना है. For KVPY exam, maximum questions out of all are actually from these two topics. Heredity evolution, that comprises 10th, genetics class 11th, principles of inheritance and molecular basis of inheritance. That is what you have to study in class 11th for solving that question. Why is epistatic to X? Number 1. Co-dominance shown by, AB blood group. So this is all genetics phenomena, which are the deviations of the Mendel's law. So we have to read the genetics and human physiology for solving KVPY essay exam for class 10th. I guess तुम लोगों को मेरी बात समझ आ रही होंगी कैसे पढ़ना है हमको, किस चीज़ पे फोकस करना है, कौन से टॉपिक को ध्यान से देखना है फॉर दिस एग्जाम. तो आज के लिए ये सेशन यहीं तक रखते हैं. इन द नेक्स्ट कमिंग सेशन I'll discuss more questions, more paper with you, and yes, the part 2 of this paper as well. We'll discuss that paper in the next class. So that's all for today's session. We'll meet in the next one very soon, and we'll discuss part 2 questions. Okay, all of you? Yes, somebody is asking something, I guess. Yes, beta? What? Come again? नहीं समझ आया मुझे, तेरी आवाज़ इतनी फंबल कर रही है. फिर से पूछ बेटा कुछ. नहीं, सिंपल एग नहीं होता. आप पूरा प्रोसेस जब पढ़ोगे ना तो आपको पता चलेगा कि फॉलिकल्स बनते हैं, उस फॉलिकल में डेवलपमेंट होता है. तो देयर इज अ फाइनल फॉलिकल फॉर्म्ड दैट इज कॉल्ड एज ग्राफियन फॉलिकल. उस ग्राफियन फॉलिकल्स के अंदर आपका सेकेंडरी oocyte प्रेजेंट होता है ना. आपने एक प्रोसेस ओव्यूलेशन पढ़ा होगा. तो ओव्यूलेशन क्या होता है? रप्चरिंग ऑफ ग्राफियन फॉलिकल एंड रिलीज ऑफ द सेकेंडरी oocyte. That is ovulation. Right, Kush? ठीक है, when you go through, you know, all these things in little bit detail, so will be no confusion, about this. I'll keep a session जिसमें तुमको मैं male reproductive system and female reproductive समझाऊंगी to all of you. Okay, before the exam. Okay, everyone? Okay, ma'am. चलिए, that's all for the day. Okay, बच्चा.